Good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, the 14th. Remember, there is no live class today, so you're just going to watch this video real quick. I'm going to walk you through what you're doing. Make sure that you are responding to the questions in your quick write. That is both how I'm taking roll, and you will have questions that are there throughout class. So remember, for extra credit, you cannot have any missing assignments. Even today, even though there is no live class, your quick writes still have to be done during class. So today you are only working on two things. You have an ed puzzle called Food Webs. It is about 18 minutes. It is my favorite scientist, Bill Nye. And then you are beginning to work on creating a food web. So let's take a look at those things. So in your Google Classroom, you've got your ed puzzle. Make sure that you're logged in. This is assigned both in Edpuzzle and also in your Google Classroom. So make sure that when you're logged in, make sure that when you click on it, it says your name so that you have the questions, and so that goes into my account and tells me that you've actually done the work. So make sure that it somehow says you're logged in. It should, but just triple check that. You may need to click on the icon in the upper right to log in. And the next thing that you're doing is creating the food web. And I introduced this in the video last time. So remember that you can work with a partner on this. So if that's what you want to do, hopefully you've already let me know that, but you guys can work together today. If you have each other's contact information, you guys can actually set up Zoom meetings, just the two of you. You can't work in any more than two, or you can work on your own. So remember that for this, there are a few things that you're doing here. You're creating your food web using the pictures and their descriptions, adding arrows to show the feeding relationships and the flow of energy. So this is more complicated than just what's its role. We're showing all of the relationships within the system. So you're going to have arrows going lots of directions. You're going to have to move these things around. We should not be leaving them where they are and just making bunches of long arrows. First, your plan is to organize them. And the hint I'm going to give you is start with the sun. Think about the sun. What does the sun provide nutrients for? So start with the sun, then your producers, then your primary consumers, then your secondary consumers. So you should start seeing these patterns. What's getting energy from the sun? What does that provide energy for? What does that provide energy for? You should have at least one row of producers. You should have your first row of consumers and your second set of consumers. So think about that. So your primary consumers that are feeding off of your producers, and your secondary, your primary consumers, which are feeding off of your producers, and then your secondary consumers, which are feeding off of your primary consumers. And remember that your arrows have to point in the direction of energy flow. So just make sure you're following all of those steps. You will have about 10 minutes to work on this, either alone or in your partner groups on Friday. That's all you're doing today. Have a great day. On Thursday or Friday, depending on your class. Have a wonderful day.